I will wait until about 9 o'clock to get started. Remember, do not put any questions in the chat currently. Do not put anything in the chat currently until I start. So let's leave the chat blank. So once again, leave the chat blank. Let's wait until about 9 o'clock. Remember, we're leaving the chat blank, not putting any comments in it. And then once we get started, I will hold a time to ask questions. Please stop putting comments in the chat section. That is not something I have kind of green lighted yet. So I'm just waiting for everybody to kind of show up before we get started. So nothing should be in the chat section. Hello, once again, let's not have stuff in the chat, and we do not need to tell other students, only I will be discussing stuff. So once again, just leave the chat blank. Thank you. So do not place anything into the chat, please. I just sent out another remind, hopefully trying to get some more students in on this. And then we will go ahead and get started in about 5 minutes. I just like to get here early to see and to give time to people to get here. So once again, when you join, please do not put anything into the chat. We are just waiting patiently for other students to show up. Technically, this will start at 9 o'clock. So we are just waiting for this to start. Nothing should be in the chat section of it. We're just patiently waiting for other students to show up. So that way we can get started. So we are leaving our chat blank. So that way when we get started, I will be able to keep track of questions. There should be no comments. No comments whatsoever. So we will be getting started in about 3 minutes. 3 minutes, we are officially getting started. Thank you for those of you who are here early. shows that you are pretty punctual. So we're just waiting patiently for others to get the chance to sign on, and then we'll go ahead and get started. We do have some things to go over today, and it should be pretty short, this live. This should not take too long, because then I will allow you guys the time to do your Edpuzzle, do your vocab. Or if you already wanted to get started on that now, that's totally fine with me. So, this down a little bit. So in 2 more minutes, welcome to everybody that's coming in. Let's keep the chat section empty. So that way I can kind of keep track of questions a little bit better. And it's not just complete and total chaos. So that's what we are trying to prevent at this point. So remember, please do not put anything in the chat. Please keep it empty, so that way I can kind of keep better track of questions, so it's not just kind of bombarding me all at once. And we are going to get started in about 1 minute. 1 minute we will get started. Okay, so it is 9 o'clock. So welcome everybody to the second live. I plan on doing these about once a week. So on Monday, so on Wednesday, there will not be a live. But if you do need me to be available, please send an email to me. So that way maybe we can set up a Google Meet session. So things to go over today. So since it is 9 o'clock, your Edpuzzles should have gone live. And they should be in your Literature Circle Google Classrooms. So there is that. So on Monday today, your assignments are to do your Edpuzzles and to do the vocab that was assigned to you. You will notice that the vocab is due on Wednesday. I have that due date kind of programmed into the Google Classroom. So please try to get it done by that time. It's vocab the same way we've done it throughout the whole year. So it should not be anything new, anything too complicated. So there is that. On Wednesday, you will be getting another slew of Edpuzzles, and you will be getting discussion questions. As I was checking your discussion questions over the weekend, I did notice that people were not following my directions. So please do not just click on the question. Please read the instruction portion, because some novels you need to respond to other people in your group. So when I say respond, I want you to read their answer and kind of think of it as a discussion. So do you agree with what they said? Is there some input that you would like to put in? And there should be a feature that you are able to respond and reply with a comment on their response. So please make sure you're doing that. Remember, you guys have until Wednesday to complete that. So that is about half the grade. So if you are not responding to 2 people, you will get points off. So please make sure you are reading my instructions that I put on Google Classroom. Since I'm not there to tell you, I have written it out for you. So there is no excuse if you say you didn't know. It is there for you to look. You just need to be proactive in your learning and kind of click on the instruction portions of the Google Classroom, and it should be there for you. Another thing we are going to be discussing is, so today is the start of quarter 4. So at the start of quarter 4, that means quarter 3 grades are done. So I'm changing a few things for how we're doing in quarter 4. The only extra credit assignment that you will be allowed to do in this quarter is the book report. There will be no other extra credit offered. As I was grading your argument essays, I was extremely disappointed to find out that there was a good chunk of groups that did not complete their essay. So if you see that your grade is failing, chances are you did get docked off for not completing the essay in full. Remember, your argument project essay was meant to be 5 paragraphs. I had said that repeatedly. I had put up graphic organizers for you to use. So there's no excuse as to why some groups only wrote 3 paragraphs. So that is something that I found to be extremely disappointing when I was grading those over this weekend and trying to finalize grades. So if you did not finish your essay, you did not earn the extra credit. It is not fair to those who worked extremely hard and did the extra credit and completed all their work for a group that did not complete their essay to get the extra credit. So I made the executive decision that if you did not complete your essay, you did not receive the extra credit. It is not fair at all. And the point of extra credit is that you have completed your work before doing the extra credit. Extra credit should not have been kind of prioritized over the essay. So that is something else that I wanted to kind of talk about, because it was an extreme source of frustration for me, especially since I know you guys had 2 weeks to do the essay. So there should be no excuse as to why the essay was not completed. You knew I was in there at lunch, maybe except for Kirsten. I will hold a time for questions. Right now I want to keep guys, stop putting questions in the comment section. Wait until I'm done. So stop putting comments in the comment section. Wait till I'm done. I will hold a time at the end of this live to answer your questions. So extra credit has been put in. Everything is updated in the grade book and grades are already finalized. So at this point, no things can be changed. So that is that on grades. So your grades should be coming to you anytime soon, but you can access them already and see what you got in my class on Infinite Campus. So currently right now, if we could please keep the chat not moving, and I will hold a time for questions. So Edpuzzles will start coming in a little bit more of a load. So please do not feel anxious if you see that you have multiple Edpuzzles assigned to you. That is only because your Edpuzzle maybe lasts about 4 minutes long. So it's not that I'm trying to make you feel anxious. It's just that you will finish the Edpuzzle in 4 minutes. So please look out for those, and please, 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 this is my warning. If you do not keep up with the Edpuzzles, you will not be successful in this class. The Edpuzzles is my indication that you are reading, and also you will have your first quiz. I'm kind of shooting for next Friday or next Wednesday, more so, but it will be sometime next week. So please make sure that you guys are keeping up with the Edpuzzles, and remember, I pull questions from the Edpuzzle to put onto your quiz. So you already technically have the quiz. It is just, guys, stop putting comments. Stop putting comments. I will hold a time for you guys to ask questions. Stop putting comments in the comment section. So please make sure you guys are keeping up with your Edpuzzles. It's a simple task to do. You just have to kind of listen, read along, and make sure that you are caught up. So I will try to keep the whole week stance due date for that. Also, please make sure you are keeping up with the discussion questions as well. So those are the 2 things that I have, or the few things that I have to discuss with you guys. So I will now open the chat for you guys to ask any questions. So Edpuzzles are live. They should be at the top of the classwork page on your Google Classroom. So remember, you have to look at both the stream and the classwork page in order to find out what you need to do. So is there anybody that has any questions? Any questions at all? Any questions at all? All grades are finalized. All extra credit is put in. There should be answers. Your discussion questions is part of your assignment, so students should be doing those. If they're not doing those, then that's not a good sign. If I see that there are no things to answer, make sure that you at least provide an answer. Yeah, you can leave to do the ed puzzles now. I'm just gonna leave the chat open if you guys need to ask any questions, any kind of clarifications. No, I already have it set to make a copy for you. So that page is already your own copy. Discussion questions are not due until Wednesday. And yes, quiz, everybody will have a separate quiz on what novel they're reading. So Cinder, you guys would have to wait. So I will go ahead and extend those. But as you guys read, you might be able to answer some of those questions today. So there should be a feature on the chat. So when you see everybody's responses, there should be kind of a little button that says reply to student. And it's kind of like, think of it as like a comment, and you should be able to reply there. Okay, so Sudeksha asked an excellent question. State testing has actually been canceled. So there will be no CAS testing. None of that will happen this year due to the situation of COVID-19. You can write the discussion questions in the class comments. Make sure okay, that is inappropriate. I will not have that be in my classroom. Sorry, Abe, I accidentally deleted your message. Hold on. I don't know how to get it back. I was trying to remove somebody's. So let me get through these questions right now. Oh, sorry, Abe. Okay, so I saw, so in the class comments, as long as it's under the discussion question tab, you can do that. Make sure if you're responding, use the student's name to who you guys are responding to. And then then that way I know who you're kind of talking to. Is there a reason I can't see my grades on Infinite Campus? Or is that just a glitch from your phone? That might be a glitch from your phone because grades are live. Yeah, so if you are unable to respond to two people, I will take that into considerations if other people do not respond to the question. That will hurt their grade, not yours, because you did your best. Maybe try to so Caroline, to answer your question, try to respond to that same person twice, get that conversation going so that way you can make up for the 2 extra responses. Bassam, no, not every ed puzzle going into Infinite Campus will go by 100 points. That's just something Google Classroom puts immediately. Morgan, I think the longest ed puzzle is an hour. Remember, when you guys did your argument performance, when you guys did your argument project essay, if you did a presentation, you got 10 points extra credit on your essay. That is how you got the extra credit when you did the presentation. So the argumentative essays are going to be in quarter 4. Or if you're talking about the performance task, the one about telephone screens, that's going into quarter 4. Your argument essay is going into quarter 3. The one that we worked 2 weeks on and you did the presentations for. I'm determining the points for the ed puzzle because I have to determine it based on the points of how much you got correct. There is new ed puzzles. It's already live. Oh. Maybe I think some of them, make sure you look at the full sheet because some of them might be done as an example. And then the rest shouldn't be. Is there going to be? So you will receive discussion questions for the new chapters on Wednesday. So today you are getting ed puzzles and vocab, Wednesday ed puzzles and discussion questions. Cinder will get more ed puzzles on Wednesday. Okay, then that means you will have to wait until the report card comes in if you can't see your grades. No, you write your stuff on class comments because this is an online forum now. You have to do everything online. Okay, guys, hold on. Hold on. I'm trying to answer questions. Hermela, I already explained. If there are no stuff to answer back, you have put your response and leave your response there, and you will just have to check in. Like I said, if you cannot see your grades, you will see your grades when the report card comes out. Remember, make sure for the ed puzzle, you guys are signed on to your Hart District email in order to access those. They are numbered. It should be 2-day, 3 June, 2-3. Okay, once again, if you cannot find your grades, that is not something I can fix. I updated grades this morning. They are live. Christian, if you look at the due date on Google Classroom, you will see that they are not due today. They are actually due on March 30th. Yes, that's so 2 June. 2 means second chapter, June, from another person's perspective. Okay, so grades are updated. Make sure you are clicking on the Q3 tab for those grades. If you cannot see them, you will have to wait until they come out on the report card. I do not have to know how to fix it from this point on because I'm not physically there. But I will say that grades have been updated. So on my end, they are updated. They are live. I have had students that have told me they are able to see them. So they are able to see them. So is there any other questions at this time before I sign off and I allow you guys to do your work? Also, I will be posting on the Literature Circle or on the normal Google Classroom, the one that we use for Q3. I'm just going to change the name and move it to Q4 because everybody's already attached to that. I will be posting Kahuna Kudos. So that is something that I will be putting up. It is not a required assignment. It is just trying to keep, the spirit alive of Aloha. So I will be posting my Kahuna of the Week on there. And then if you guys would like to kind of leave, there will be directions there on how to leave a kudo for them. Remember, this is not required. You do not have to do this. But it's just kind of nice to keep some kind of normalcy in the midst of this quarantine. So, is there any other questions before I close off this chat? Any other questions? Please feel free to message me. I don't know why this says unable to connect to chat. So if you have any questions, please message me on Remind. Please message me on Google Classroom. Or not Google Classroom. Message me on my email. So please message me there and we will go ahead and move on from there. So I will end this live. It will be live on the YouTube channel not far after. So make sure you guys are keeping up with your work. Have any questions, please feel free to email or message me. I miss you guys very much, and I will see you later. Goodbye.